lead contaminated areas, the two lead contaminated areas, the excavation of soil from the solvent contaminated and the chromium contaminated area, and then the excavation of soil from the petroleum underground storage tank areas, and then also the interremedial measures to address the residual groundwater contamination. So it relies heavily on those actions that have already been taken. That work has all been completed. The engineering controls in this case would be a final barrier cap. This would include the buildings that would ultimately be constructed on the property, asphalt surfaces, sidewalks, and in areas where those aren't present, a 2-foot soil cap, the demarcation barrier, and then to address the potential for any vapors, be it contaminants, solvents, or methane vapors from entering into any overlying buildings. It would have vapor intrusion mitigation systems. Basically, radon mitigation system. I'm sure some of you are familiar with radon mitigation. The institutional controls would include an environmental easement that passes with the land. This would restrict the property use to restricted residential. It would also include a site management plan that would involve long-term monitoring of groundwater quality to make sure nothing changes. Maybe we missed something? If we continue to monitor groundwater quality, it would show up with that long-term monitoring. And also soil vapor monitoring. Cost for alternative 2 is $6.3 million. Okay, so very similar to the land-based alternatives analysis report. The sediment alternatives analysis also included the evaluation of 2 options. The first one is basically restoring the sediments to a pre-disposal type condition. This is a very large footprint. Here I've got it shown as about 77.5 acres. This was defined by Fish and Wildlife for an area where we did, based on all the sampling in the Hudson River, we identified sediments or metals in the sediments above the screening criteria.